welcome to Downgrade TV. Erica here. So today I want to talk about if you can upgrade or downgrade higher self. And I want to ask a question about that to Ashtar. And by the time you finish this video, you will know how this higher self stuff works, and you have absolute clarity on that. So if any of you guys are having any kind of ascension journey issues or wondering what your star origin is all about, we can discuss about at a free strategy call with me, which is on the description box below. And make sure to hit the bell button so you will get notified every single new episode. So let's connect with Ashtar and ask what he has to about this. This is Ashtar of Ashtarcommand. We are here to speak with all of you. So we are thinking this is such an interesting question. So we'll provide your curiosity with as much as clear explanation as possible. So many of you believe there is only one timeline. However, it depends on how you choose or what kind of choice you make. There will be so many different timelines, and then another timelines will derive from that timeline. Higher self is, in a way, the same thing. So we will use this example. Let's say this guy, Bill. He is a Earth human, vibrating in 3D most of the time. He is into materialistic things the Earth has to offer. He's mainly interested in what he can get out of the world instead of serving others. The level of service he does is toward his family. That's as far as he goes. So this Bill, he drinks, and he's not particularly anything spiritual. Maybe when he's stressed out, when he feels he needs to have some kind of relaxation, he heard meditation is good, so he does meditation here and there. So that's the level of spirituality he goes at the most. But mostly he is vibrating in 3D world, so he is extremely in touch with the information. He can sense, feel, touch the solid proof he can get within the world he lives. So we'll use such an individual. Someone like Bill, his higher self, the highest he can connect at this time is 5D higher self, which is an ascended version of himself, who is a little more clear than who he is, knows he's here to serve for others, and he cleared his all of wounded limitations, so he has been vibrating much higher. So that is a higher self he can connect with, even though there is all other higher version of higher aspect of himself he could be connecting with from 9D physical level to angelic selves, his divine selves. If he happened to be a divine masculine, he could be connecting with his divine masculine self. However, at this point of the juncture he's at, he's unable to connect with anything higher than 5D. Because when a higher selves, let's say this angelic selves, are sending message and try to guide him toward his divine soul purpose, it's very difficult for him to hear the message or even notice this synchronicity or even pay attention to. Even if he's could pay attention to, his mind will automatically brush off and deny. So it's very difficult for, let's say, this angelic self to guide this Bill to help him to walk on his divine plan or divine path. Some people say, God can create a miracle and can make things happen out of the blue. However, you need to understand this journey of humans, a soul journey. When miracle happens without him learning anything, he end up not learning any lessons. So he doesn't know how to solve his present problems or how to overcome his present state. When someone higher decide to serve and save this person out of point A to point heaven. You are here for your ascension, just like all of us. We are here to expand our souls and learn and become more than who we are tomorrow than today. Therefore, when someone takes you out of where you are at without when you are not doing anything, means making effort to learning something from your turmoil, or understanding why you are here, or any kind of lessons the universe will provide him. When he won't learn anything from it, of course he needs to repeat. That's what you call as a karmic cycle. So when, let's say, this angel is sending this message and this way to get out of his cycle, let's say he's a bit alcoholic, so his clarity is limited, and his receivability of divine message is limited because of that. And then angel is sending this message he can't receive. So you are always connected to all aspects of who you are, including the highest of high. However, how much you can receive is depends on where you are at the current position. So when you evolve as a soul, even after awakening, your spiritual team or your higher self will change. After you evolve more, you will get a new team, you will get a new higher self who can guide you in much more higher perspectives. Just like you change your teacher when you go up your school grading. Does it make sense? So this is the same way. So when you are experiencing not so effective higher self, let's say, can you change our higher self up? Fire this higher self and hire another who is higher than higher one, the current one. Yes, you can. However, this will require for you to step up your position as well. Because you need to have ability to receive the message and the guidance of a higher self which is higher than your present time. present higher self. So when you want to switch your higher self to better version, you will be required to step yourself up as well in a way, because it goes into the same method. Can you technically do that? Yes, Erica has done that. She has encountered a very non-compassionate or logical being when she was connecting to higher self through someone, and that she didn't like the answer or way of this being was responding to her. It was very cold and illogical, and she didn't like it. This turned out to be her ego self, and then this person who was channeling her higher self was not channeling her higher self. That was the overall answer, but that was her beginning of the awakening, and she didn't know how to connect with other beings on her own. So we would always suggest for you to start connecting with your own team on your own instead of going through other people's filter. That is always the best. So can you downgrade your higher self? Yes, that is possible too. When you are going through this particular way of life, let's say this Bill, he decided to keep on drinking and start partying and start having all this sexual escapade with other people. And then the highest of higher self, he can connect with this 5D self. But eventually, if he goes down on the road of this street, even for this 5D higher self, he can no longer connect. And then he can only end up connecting with his ego self, which is not really a higher self. But can you downgrade? In a way, yes. There's no 4D self or 3D self you can call as a higher self, but you are vibrating in lower manner, and then you will lose ability to have a pure connection with higher self, which is in 5D, which is highly possible. This is why it is very important for you to have a daily spiritual hygiene. Meditate yourself, be kind to yourself, and then make sure to surrounding yourself with love for yourself and others. And stay away from all these stimulants such as alcohol and drugs, which is our recommendation. This is Ashtar of Ashtarcommand. We are here to serve all of you. Okay, so I hope this was really clear answer for yourself. So long story short, I end up getting a higher version of higher self because I didn't like this whatever, I didn't want to admit that was my higher self. So I end up getting Archangel Lumiel, which is nice. At that time, he was a high school student girl version with high school outfit. So it was very rebellious and we had a really nice sign. Anyhow, when you guys are having ascension journey issues or wondering your starseed aspect or galactic, situation, I'm here to help you guys out, and you can contact me with a free strategy call. Thank you so much for watching. Please share, like, subscribe. I see you guys next time.